trying to make me cry in front of everybody, man?
Yeah, that's the point.
One word of advice. Buy TV, don't spend it on Hooker.
Super Rus. I'm the last character on my Justice League team with these four babes. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the return of Simply Super. This is episode 57.
Back.
And today, it's entirely slabs.
That's right. We have paid homage to many of the comic book community's greatest shows. It's time for only slabs to get the Simply Super treatment.
It was past due, I think. I've got 20 whole slabs in my collection.
Yeah, so I haven't seen a lot of only slabs just because it's on it normally around 5 a.m. here. The only time I've actually caught it is when I've been on Cover Slingers, which is on like 4 in the morning here. And then after Cover Slingers, I've been able to catch some of only slabs. So I believe, actually, you know what, Sonny? There's also another homage to only slabs as well. Did you know that?
Really?
So Remy Q does a show from time to time. I think every now and then, if Only Slabs gets cancelled for the week, Remy Q comes out and does a show called Lonely Slabs for people who don't have enough slabs to be on Only Slabs, because I believe in Only Slabs you need at least 25 slabs. I think that's what someone told me once. So I never used to qualify for that. So today we've brought 12 slabs each. And when I went through my collection last night, so how many you said? You said you got 20?
Yeah.
I counted when I went through my slabs, 24 slabs. So I was like, ooh, just too short. And then I went into my comic room and found another 3 slabs. So I've got 27 slabs. So Rob and Chris, if you guys are seeing this, I'm ready to show you some slabs that you're like, why the hell would you have that book slabbed? So do you want to shout out the chat, mate?
Yeah, we had Unruly in here first, tailgating. What's up, Unruly?
The slabbage.
Czars, what's going on, bro? Troy's reviews. Captain Sorrow in the chat. Appreciate you all stopping by.
So you told me, mate, that you've got 12 bangers ready to go.
Yep.
All right. Well, maybe you should start off with your bangers, because I've got a different kind of theme to the 12 slabs that I've brought.
All right, I'm going to kick it off with a big one here. This is a book I picked up, I think in 2020. Let me do this right here. There we go. Oops. Was it? What is going on with the
That's not me. Do you want me to remove?
It looks like it's like they changed the layout a little bit here.
Yeah, I saw Gary B having some issues on his stream the other day. There we go.
There we go. All right. Anyway, like I said, I think I picked this up in 2020. And it is a huge book for me. This was all new, all different X-Men 101, the first appearance of the Phoenix in a 5.0. This was a grill of mine for a long time, and it took me forever to find it in a grade that I could actually afford, where the book still looked really presentable. And I think this was a great looking 5.0.
Telling you, man, grades don't mean anything as long as the book looks
No, it don't
right.
to me, man. As long as the book, to me, like with a book like this, as long as it looks presentable in the slab and it's complete with no pages missing, I don't care what the grade is. The lower the grade, the easier I can afford it. But this is one of my favorites, and I had to start off with this one.
Grades are like age. It's just a number.
Yeah.
And sometimes that number's not even correct. Yeah, so after this, many years now, like I guess watching YouTube videos and stuff, the amount of times I've seen CGC unboxings where the person doing the video themselves are like, they do the grade reveal and they're like, I know this is not going to be a 9.8 because of this and this and that. And then they reveal a 9.8. I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
What is this shit, CGC? What are you doing? All right.
The only time I go for 9.8s is if they're like super, super cheap, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it's a big book, I go for as lowest grade as possible because I just want it in the collection.
Out of my 27 slabs, I'm actually trying to think, majority of them aren't 9.8s. But I'm going to start off with a 9.8. Actually, that's not true. I've got a few 9.8s. Right. I'll see how it presents in the bag because I can't be able to take it out of this bag. So my theme today for my not all 12. So I went through my collection and realized almost half of my slabs are either AOKs or giveaway wins from the community. So I've pulled out all my AOK / giveaway wins. I had 11 of them, and then I've got one slab that I just had to choose to fill out the 12. So the first one is my most recent giveaway win, which is from DJ Links. And this is a CBCS 9.8 yellow label, hardly thin book. I have no order to this, by the way. They're stacked in the way I grabbed them. So this is hardly thin. I don't know the whole story about hardly thin, but I feel like there's only one issue and there's 3,000 covers for it, and they just keep making them because they all say, because this is not the only hardly thin book I've got in these to show you today. It's signed by two people I don't really know, but for those who don't know, hardly thin is obviously like a Harley Quinn ripoff. There's the label. Oh, it looks very clear there. First appearance of hardly thin Deadpool appearance. Deadpool is the Deadpool like ripoff with Winnie the Pooh. Oh. Amazing Spider-Man, Renew Your Vows, number 5, Stanley, collectible exclusive cover swipe. Oh, it's cover swipe. I didn't realize that.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, that was a nice little giveaway win from DJ Links. So thank you. Like I said, I'm very lucky to have a lot of the slabs I have. Because yeah, giveaway wins and AOKs, just community is crazy. Yeah. Speaking of community is crazy, John just picked up a crazy slab as an AOK I saw on Instagram. So did you see that?
I don't know if I saw that one. I saw where he I think he completed the Miss Marvel collection.
Yeah, it's not that one. You'll have to find out what he picked up as an AOK recently. Anyway, hardly thin, courtesy of DJ Links. So shout out to my boy DJ.
Awesome. We got a few more people that popped in. Heroes to Icons. What's going on, man? And Glitter and Duct Tape in the chat. What's going on, Glitter? John's Comics with Kids. What's up, John?
What's up, John?
All right, switching it back to my turn.
That's your turn.
I'm going to keep it with X-Men for a little bit with another awesome book. This is another key, and it kind of goes with the first appearance of the Phoenix. This is Uncanny X-Men 134, the first appearance of the Dark Phoenix.
Is that all part of the same storyline?
Yeah, well, the Dark Phoenix saga, I think, officially kicked off with issue 129, which is still a book that I need to pick up.
Because I think you were trying to collect like a set or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it officially goes from 129 to 138. So I still need to pick up 129, 130, 131, and 133, and 138. So I'm still about 5 books short of the complete Dark Phoenix set. But I kind of started with this book because this is where actually she first appeared as Dark Phoenix. But I would like to eventually complete the whole story in slabs. But speaking of community and AOKs, this was actually an AOK from Daymares.
Oh.
When I was looking for this book originally, I was looking around the 7.0 to 8.0 range because it was cheaper there. And Daymares hit me up and said he was sending me something. Had no idea it was this book. And it was in like a 9.4, which is a way higher grade than I ever would have gotten. So shout out to Daymares for this.
It's very cool.
Wouldn't have such a beautiful copy in my collection if it wasn't for him.
Very cool. I just realized that. Oh, no, that's all good. Okay, me again. So this next one is another giveaway win. It is a J. Scott Campbell. I think this might be an oh, yeah, it's a J. Scott Campbell exclusive. It's in the CGC 9.8, and it was a giveaway win. One from Do I Have Any Slab Keys? In this collection, I might like of AOKs. I think I've got one key issue. Anyway, this was a giveaway win from Southern Comic Geek. So shout out to Jason. Again, he was nice enough to actually ship this over here to Australia because a lot of the times when my name gets drawn in the giveaways, mate, you can hear a pin drop. It's so dead silent. People are like, "Oh." So a lot of the times I will price tag because I realize that they don't want to ship international, but sometimes they say worldwide is okay. And I'm pretty sure Southern Comic Geek said it was okay. So
Nice.
Yeah, very cool cover. I'd never seen it. So I was stoked to win this one. It's got some Black Widow, Scarlet Witch on there, some Hulk action. So it's one of those MJ. So I think when Mary Jane, Marvel do that a lot when like a character has a first issue, they'll do all the variants with it. So I think it was when Mary Jane had her book coming out. So they did all the Mary Jane variants. So shout out to SCG for this one. Very nice.
Awesome, man. I guess I kind of had a little bit of a theme too, because again, I'm sticking with X-Men. This continues the Dark Phoenix storyline, and this is another book I picked up. Might have been 2021, but this is Uncanny X-Men 135, and this was a big one to me. I actually wanted this in an 8.0 because this happens to be my birthday book. This came out July 1980, the month and year I was born.
That's cool.
And I thought it was awesome to have it in an 8.0 because that's like 80.
That's cool.
So it took me forever to find this in an 8.0, man.
That's actually really cool that you did that.
I always loved this cover. And it was part of that Dark Phoenix storyline, so I was going to have to get it anyways. And I think this is this has a first appearance in it. Oh yeah, this was the first appearance of Senator Robert Kelly in the X-Men universe.
Is he an important character?
If I remember from the animated series, he was like one of the senators that was against the mutants, but then started helping them. I can't. It's been years since I've seen it, so I can't remember exactly. But I want to say he started off bad and then started helping them.
All right. Yeah, because sometimes the thing that pisses me off as well about CGC and stuff is you shouldn't have. I feel like you have to tell them this is what this book is, guys, just so you know what to put on the label, right? So I've got a book. It's not one I'm showing today, but it's a 1:100 ratio, which I don't have any in my collection. But why doesn't it say that on the label?
I don't know. I've noticed that. Like
sometimes
when I got
they will.
yeah.
I feel like you have to tell them to put that on there, though.
They don't do that on like limited covers either. I noticed that like when I got the that Carla Cohen slab Wonder Woman. That was I want to say it was they made 1,000 covers of it, but they didn't put that on the label. I always thought that was kind of weird.
It's to be honest, it's pathetic. They should know. Anyway, the next one is another giveaway win. This one was from David SNMC. For those who are familiar with David, this was a great. So this is actually I don't like to do this, but I discovered his channel because I heard about his giveaway. I saw someone else. I saw Escargo did a video entry. So that's when I first started following David. I made a video and I won 2 slabs from him. This is the first of one of them. This is another J. Scott Campbell cover. It's an X-Men book. And I believe it's a bit of a classic Psylocke cover.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. It's in a 9.0, but again, a book looks pretty damn good to me. So, actually, I didn't realize the buildings in the background, but the other cover has a very similar theme to the background there. But we'll get to that later. But that is a nice Psylocke J. Scott Campbell. Shout out to David for this amazing giveaway. And yeah, the other book he sent me is also amazing. I actually had no idea. So I won 2 slabs. Like, I didn't even know what the giveaway was, to be honest. I just thought the video entry idea was cool. He wanted to see, like, whatever it was. And yeah, he gave me these 2 books. And then he threw in a bunch of these John Gallagher Transformer variants, which were absolutely stunning Transformer covers. So yeah, it was an amazing win. So this one, I don't think it was worldwide. I think he may have offered like to chuck in some for shipping if it does go international, but I ended up getting these sent to Bubs. And they cost me a fortune to get sent from Bubs to me, but it's all good because I paid nothing for the slab. So classic Psylocke J. Scott Campbell cover.
Nice. What's up, James? Thanks for popping in, brother.
Yeah, Sarah got that Spider-Gwen, first Spider-Gwen sent from Tyler after he sent it to CGC for her. And how much so UPS emailed her and said, hey, your book has arrived. It will cost you, how much was it, Sarah? It was like fucking $800 or something like that. It was something crazy.
Oh my God, man.
I can't remember what it was, but it probably wasn't 800. It was probably like $300-$400 to collect your book. And it's like, what? I think it's because Tyler put the value on there as like $2,000 or something like that.
They was holding the book hostage, man.
That's just crazy. That's criminal.
Yeah, it should be, man. That's
$400. There you go. $400 and you may have your mail. That's criminal. And Mad Spidey was like, yeah, no, that can happen sometimes. And if you don't pay them, it goes off to some place that gets auctioned off. It's like, that is definitely criminal.
Yeah.
So we have
that
laws
should be
in this
against the
country
law,
that
man.
will prevent
That's
shit
crazy.
like that from happening. That's bullshit. Yeah, there you
From
go.
now
I complained
on,
when I
like
got it
ship
down to
overseas, like put the value like $20 or something.
See, I complained and I got it down to 200. It's like, well, why was it 400 in the first place if you're willing to take 200? Like, it's just criminal. Anyway, I'm getting worked up. Let's keep going.
Yeah. I would have showed up looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Commando. Like,
give me my book.
Yeah, for real. Sticking with the X-Men theme and the Dark Phoenix storyline. Here we have Uncanny X-Men 136.
Oh yeah, nice.
Classic Dark Phoenix and Cyclops cover there. This was foreshadowing the death of Jean Grey, which I think happens in the next issue.
Classic. What's the name of that cover? Like type of cover? They would have that on Comic Boys, like
what they call
holding like the lifeless person.
I think they call it a Pieta cover.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, very good. Very good. Captain Karen. Nice.
Yeah, these are some of my favorite slabs. I need to reread this storyline. I got the whole storyline in a trade paperback, and it's awesome, man.
Wicked. All right. The next one is another Hardly Thin. This was my first ever Hardly Thin. This was an AOK from my boy Remy Q. And it is a 9.6 yellow label signed by Nathan Zerdy. So I actually know who Nathan Zerdy is. I might have to cover something up here just because it's we're on your channel here. It's also a nice shiny foil, and it is a nice little hardly thin cover. I love this. It's got 5 center. Huh? There's a signature from Zerdy, and yeah, that's a nice, sweet
Kind of
cover.
reminds me of the Bombshell covers that DC did for a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, no, yeah, it's a classic pinup style. Yeah, I was stoked when he sent me this. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, very, very nice. All right. So, yes, I saw Sarah say before that you collect keys and I collect babe covers. All these were sent to me. And the next one is actually a key. So,
what's up, Tito? This is the last X-Men book.
oh, Jesus, mate. You anything else?
I wanted to kick it off with these 5 because these are the ones I always keep on display. And this one is the Death of Phoenix. It's issue 137. And I love that she went back to like the classic like Marvel Girl look for this cover. There's a Marvel Legends of her in the Marvel Girl in the Marvel Girl costume that I need to pick up because I want to display it in front of the slab. But this was the Death of Phoenix. And the next issue after this, I think, was the official end of the storyline when Cyclops leaves the X-Men for a while. But I don't have that one yet.
I think we're having some stream technical difficulties. Are we all good now, people?
Oh, did I freeze up?
I don't know. Just Sarah and maybe just in Australia.
I don't know. Because I always get that bar where it says like 1 bar connection.
Yeah, I've been getting that a lot too. I don't get it. Like my route is literally right next to me.
Yeah. Just in case nobody saw that, that was Uncanny X-Men 137, The Death of Phoenix.
Cool cover. Oh man, they missed all of mine. Missed out on the Lickworthy. All right. The next one is an AOK from Nick's Kicks and Comics. It is a key issue, I believe. It is New Agents of Atlas issue 1, first appearance of Luna Snow, Wave, Crescent, and first US appearance of Arrow. It's in an 8.0, but it's unbelievable to look at this book and be like, what? Why is it an 8.0? Anyway, there's that. So, yeah, so Nick actually sent this via, so Mad Spidey gets a lot of AOKs from all those guys. They send him like a box quite regularly, and everyone just sends stuff to Rob Fatstacks, and they send it to Spidey. And this was actually in there for me, and Spidey pulled it out and was like, oh, thanks, Nick. and then, yeah, Nick was like, that was for Simon. They didn't put notes on things. I don't get it. Yeah, it is, because it's actually called War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas, issue 1. So
I think I have that book somewhere.
Oh, really? That's
I didn't know it was a key.
I've got a raw copy too. So since I've got this from Nick, I might actually sell that one day. Hopefully it's worth $1 million one day and I can buy a house with it. Anyway, that's got some cool. So it's all these like Asian characters, it seems like. So yes, that is that.
What's up, Neil?
What's going on, Neil? You want it? What do you want, Sarah? All right, what you got, mate?
All right, I'm going back to. This was the very first slab I ever bought. I got this back in 2018. I forgot to switch. But yeah, like one of my goals back in 2018 when I started getting a little more serious about collecting and getting some bigger books. I decided to go for this one because I heard that it was like going to go up soon in value, and I wanted to get it while I could still afford it. And the goal was to just get that one slab in the collection. That's all I wanted. But after I got this one, I got hooked on buying slabs. But it is the Savage She-Hulk #1. Scored this in a 9.6.
Very nice.
And I believe I paid $100 for it at the time, which at the time was the most I'd ever spent on a book.
So I was watching one of those in a Halo slab. It was like it was less than 100 Aussie dollars. I think it was like maybe $80, maybe. For the longest time it was there and I didn't buy it. And then when just before the show came out, I went and double checked it and it was gone. And I was like, oh man.
Yeah. I think the prices are coming back down though.
Because the show flopped.
At one time, I saw a 9.6 sell as high as 800, and now I think you can get them back for probably close to originally what I paid for it, like maybe $100.
Yeah,
I don't know if it came back down that low or not, but
it's because the show didn't do well.
I wanted this in my collection because I was a fan of She-Hulk, and I've actually read this storyline, and the story in this book is great, man. Definitely recommend reading it if you guys have it. Like I picked up a digital. Well, I didn't pick up. I found a free digital copy to read online, so I could actually read the book, and the storyline's awesome.
Very cool. Watch that book will go back up if she ever makes a movie appearance, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's been rumors forever of doing a World War Hulk movie or something. So if they ever do, she might be in it. But it's like I don't really care about the value. I just wanted it in my collection because I actually like the character.
Yeah. All right, so we're getting to the why do you have that as a slab? This is a Vampirella book. This is another part of. So Remy Q sent me 3 slabs as an AOK a little while back now, and this was one of them. He had a bit of a theme to the slabs he was sending me. So this is Vampirella. I don't know the artist. The artist is Jose Malaga, if that's how you say his name. And yeah, it's a nice little vampy cover. So there's that.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool cover. But again, pretty random book to have slabbed. As in She-Hulk was your first ever slab. Is that what he means? But yeah, I'm not too sure. Does anyone know that artist? Is he like super well known? But yeah,
I'm not sure.
Nice vampy cover for y'all. If I ever send books to CGC, I think I might have to. Oh, actually no, because I was going to say, the Carla Cohen books I got as part of my birthday thing.
Yeah.
But they got signatures, so they'll get that weird, what is it, green label or whatever when they're not. That is the dumbest thing, right? Like, that's another stupid thing about CGC. So maybe I'll get that sent to CBCS or something. It is only slabs. No, it's not only slabs. What is it called, Russ?
Entirely slabs.
Yeah. This is the bootleg version.
Yeah. What's up, bub?
Yeah, She-Hulk was his first slab. All right. What you got, Russ?
Going with the book, I can't remember exactly when I picked it up, if it was 2020 or 2021, but I picked this book up in a 5.0 white pages because at the time, higher grades was like going crazy. And I found this one for just $40. So I jumped on it, and it is Miss Marvel 1.
Nice.
This was it's not Carol Danvers' first appearance, but it's the first appearance of her as Miss Marvel. Carol Danvers' first appearance, I believe, was in Marvel Superheroes issue 13. But for anybody that hasn't read this story, it's a great storyline. And eventually, I'm planning on collecting the whole thing because I think there was just 21 issues in this run. So I still need 19 of them. But like the ones that are going to cause me like the most trouble is like 16, 17, and 18 because that makes up Mystique's first appearance. But the rest of them I should be able to get pretty reasonable.
That book someone was selling. Sorry, go.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Oh, you go.
I was thinking about actually cracking this one open and just collecting the whole series raw because it'll be cheaper to do that than collecting them slabbed because it does have those couple keys in them that are like way more slabbed than it would be to buy them raw. So I think when I start filling this run in, I might crack this open since it's only a 5.0.
Fair enough. I saw that book. Someone was selling it on Facebook Marketplace for like $50. But I don't know if I don't know if you've ever looked at comics on Marketplace. Some people will list the price as the title, but it's not actually the price when they're selling it, which is kind of dodgy. So they'll be like $1 comics, and then you click on the ad, and they'll have all these comics listed and all the different prices for them. It's like they just put it in the title to draw you in, which is kind of dodgy.
Yeah.
So I never hit them up about it. All right, this next one is the last AOK that was part of Remy Q's amazing Slab AOK.
What's up, Perry?
What's up, Perry? This is an Harley Quinn Amanda Conner cover. Now, I'm not huge on Amanda Conner's Harley Quinn stuff. Sometimes she nails it, and sometimes I'm not that much of a fan. This one, I definitely think she nailed it, and I actually love this cover. This is random though, Harley Quinn 29 in a 9.4. But I actually really dig that Harley Quinn cover. I know if Sarah was here, she'd say, yeah, it's because you can see her feet. But it's not. You can also see a lot of other things. There's tentacles.
Is that why you waited on her to leave before you showed that book?
So yeah, I just think Harley looks good there. Sometimes she draws her and her face just looks rushed sometimes. But I think she did a really good job with this one. So yeah, I'd never seen this cover either before. So I don't think it's anything really special. But yeah, it wasn't one that I'd seen prior to getting sent this from Remy. So shout out to Remy Q again, because yeah, it was an amazing AOK that he sent me. So there you go. Harley Quinn. Oh, I don't know why, but girls like tentacles. Matilda has that tentacle thing going on. What you got, mate?
Let's see. Next up, I got a bit of a sentimental pick for me on the slab. I actually had this book raw when I was a kid, and it was a book that my grandmother had bought for me, and it was one of the books that unfortunately got sold back in like 2000.
Oh, I can see what it is.
Yeah, and I saw it in a 9.8 on eBay, and again I got a super deal on it at the time. I think it was around 2019. I got a 9.8 for just $40. And that is the Amazing Spider-Man 400. This was the Tombstone cover. And this was the death of Aunt May.
Yep. So for those who don't know, many people who watch my channel have heard me tell the story many times, but that book was the book when that came out is what got me into Spider-Man when I was a teenager. I fell in love. That story was so good. I was just like, I can't believe how good this is. And then I started buying Spider-Man. Like, he became my favorite comic book character to read back then.
This one is like, it's hard to see, but it's like embossed on the cover.
Who wrote that, actually?
There's another cover that's just like this one, but you
I've
can
seen
see the, and I think it's the more expensive one. Let's see the writer.
And also, if you take the tombstone off, I think it shows an actual image of the tombstone, right?
Yeah, it does. Yep. So it looks like Mark Bagley, and it says John Romita Senior and Junior art.
So funny story about that book,
Cool book.
because I talked about it a lot on my channel back in the day. Zaz, who's in the chat, actually AOK'd it to me. He tried to be clever though. Like it was free comic book day at Big City Comics, and there was like a present in one of the cabinets. So one of Mark's cabinets had a little present in there, and it actually said "For SimpleSimon" from Anonymous. So I like opened it up in one of the videos and I was like, "Who gave me this?" Right? Like I had no idea. Like I was like, "Who gave me this? This is an amazing present gift." And then when I was editing the video, in some of the footage, I caught Sean putting it in the glass cabinet. He tried to be slick, but not slick enough for me, mate. You've ruined. Hey, come on, man. I'm glad I know it's you. So many people have given me AOKs anonymously, and I don't like it because I want to know who did it from me. So anyway, the next book is probably the only key issue in this. Actually, no, that's not true. This is definitely the biggest book. This is possibly the biggest book in my collection, and it was an amazing AOK. It was a prize tag from my boy 64-page special. And it is, a classic.
Nice.
New Mutants 98. Now, this isn't a Halo slab. So for those who don't know the story, I've told it many times, but this was a Instagram giveaway from this store in, I think it's in Australia, some Australian store, right? So 64-page special one. And they said, congratulations to him. Give us, we'll hit you up at your address. And he wrote, he's already got this book. So he said, since you're in Australia, save on the shipping, send it to SimpleSimon. And I was like, what? Like, it's the first Deadpool, man. So
That's
I was
awesome.
blown away by the gesture. And that store, they're no longer around on Instagram, probably because they're giving away these kind of books. But if you've never seen a Halo slab, that's what a Halo slab looks like. They're definitely very different as far as like the thickness. A lot of people will say they're actually sturdier, which they are. They're not very flimsy. They're quite solid, but I hate the way that they're sealed on the back. It's hard to see. Oh, that's a great back cover too. Look at that. The way they're sealed on the back edges is very odd. It looks like it's like almost chipped away. It's not smooth. It's really weird. But yeah, that is one of the bigger books in my collection. First appearance of Deadpool. And that Halo label is not that attractive, but still a good book. Shout out to 64. Yeah. Oh, by the way, 64-page special won my giveaway I did recently, and he prize tagged someone. So he was very kind. I actually was really looking forward to. I hit him up. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm so glad you won. What's your address?" And then he prize tagged someone. So
I don't think he's ever accepted a win or an AOK that I know of.
Yeah, I want to send him something because I feel like I need to do something for the guy for giving me that. Yeah. But
he's like the most elusive member of the community, man. You can't.
Yeah, I know. There you go.
What's up, Kenneth?
What's going on, Kenneth? What you got, Russ?
I got a bit of a lick-worthy book here, I think.
Oh, here we go.
This was one I picked up probably in 2021. And another 9.8 that I got super cheap. I think I just paid $50 for this one, which I think probably goes for normally about 100. But I managed to score it for 50 in an auction. For whatever reason, nobody else was bidding on it. And that is Catwoman #1 from 1993. Yeah.
Nice.
This was the Jim Balent Catwoman. And this has just always been my favorite version of the Catwoman costume. And I really loved this run back in the day. So I figured, why not jump on this in a 9.8 for $50, man?
It's a good price.
I do have a raw copy as well. But when I saw this for such a good deal, I had to jump on it, man.
That's embossed as well, isn't it?
Yep. Love those 90 gimmicks covers. Love this version of Catwoman. And on top of it being really cool art, the story's cool too.
Yeah, Jim Ballant does all those what's it called? Taro, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Covers. And
First,
mate,
I think Jim Ballant just draws them naked on the cover, and it's up to the inker to color it in.
yeah, but like he goes way overboard with the boobs. Like
Yeah.
they just
No,
get bigger and bigger.
I think
No,
they're
like that one's okay. No, that's
perfectly on board.
no, that one's okay. But you should see some of these Taro covers, man. They're ridiculous. You can't. It's
Yeah,
like
I
her
don't think
face
I've
is
ever seen
hiding behind
those.
them. They're out of control. All right. This next one is the other slab I got from David SNMC. Shout out again to David. This is a beautiful cover. I'd never seen this before until he'd sent it to me. It's Scarlet Witch issue 10. A David Aja cover. Oh, sorry. Yeah, David Aja cover. And it is beautiful. It's look at that. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. I dig that cover. It's so good. And yeah, at the time before he sent this to me, I'd never seen this cover before. It's impossible to go over. All right. But yeah, stunning cover. I think this is the Scarlet Witch series that I actually started reading. I think I picked up the first 2 or 3 issues and I read it and I wasn't really feeling the story, but some people say it's pretty good. But again, I only had 2 issues of it to read. But yeah, love that cover. It's absolutely stunning.
That's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
I started to see people post it on IG a little bit, so yeah, I have seen it a few times now. But great looking cover. Shout out to David.
All right, next up, I got a book here that was actually AOK'd from Unruly Simeon himself.
Ooh, I know what
And
that
at
is.
the time, this was my very first Silver Age Captain America book. It's one of my all-time favorite Captain America covers. And that's issue 111. Classic Steranko here.
Excellent.
Love this cover, man.
Is that any sort of key? Because I know it's a classic cover.
It says Death of Steve Rogers' Identity. And it has a Madam Hydra appearance. I've never actually got to read the story, so I'm not exactly sure what that means. If maybe this was the issue where it was revealed that he was Captain America.
The death of his identity.
Yeah.
It's a weird way to put it.
But I've always loved this cover. And Unruly hit me up on Instagram. And I think he asked me some of my favorite characters. And one I told him was Captain America. I had no idea he was going to send me a Silver Age book with this, like, especially this one. I was blown away when I got this.
That's crazy.
I keep this one displayed in front of my Captain America shield right here to the side.
Very cool. All right. The next one is I think it was a Christmas present from Sarah. Maybe even not Christmas just past, but the one before maybe. And I love this cover. It is Something's Killing the Children, issue 1. This is the 4th print. Who did the art on this? Lee Garbett cover. I love this cover. So I do have the Jenny Frison one as well. But I really wanted this just because I think she looks badass there. Look at her showing off her leg. Boom. In my favorite grade, 9.6.
9.6.
Just to shove it to all the 9.8ers that this book looks just as good as yours. And I got it for cheaper. So, yeah, love that
It's
cover.
wild, man. Sometimes the difference between a 9.6 and a 9.8 is like $200+ or more, man.
Hey, man, get that 9.6 all day.
Yeah, definitely.
It's funny because No, I never got that. Someone's Killing Children issue 5. So it's funny, right? So obviously this book is heating up again. It's so silly. People are like, because there was some news again about obviously it being optioned. It's been optioned for years, right? But I think they said there's a new director that's now taken over the project. So the book started heating up again. The funniest thing is, my friend at work's always saying, if that show comes out and it flops, these books will just go boo, which is really bizarre. But love that cover. And yeah, issue 5 is still on the Grail list, but it's just so much money. Like, you know me, I don't like to spend more than $200 on anything.
Yeah.
So and that book Raw goes for usually more than that down here anyway. I think there's one copy in Australia that some store was selling for, and they even said that it was low grade. So it was about maybe $250, but they were like, oh, it's kind of low grade. I was like, oh, $250 low grade. What are you doing? And I'd probably prefer it in a slab anyway. So anyway, love this cover. Thank you, Sarah.
It's always tripped me out how people will value a book on how well a show or movie does. And I feel like the book should be valued on, is the storyline good? Are these characters good? Is the art good?
It should just be
The
the
value
character.
of a book shouldn't have to, it shouldn't have
Oh,
to
you know
do
why?
on how a
Because I
show or
think
movie does.
that whole spec market, I think, is based
Yeah.
on people who don't collect comics.
Yeah, I think
Someone
so.
who's just getting into it, going, "Oh, I really like She-Hulk. I think I want to get a first appearance because I just watched that show." And then it's like, boom! Oh,
Yeah.
it's $700. Yeah, I guess I love her that much. I want to buy it.
Yeah. It's just like, if the character's good and the story's good, that's where the book's value should come from, not on how well a TV show or a movie does.
That's another good point, Unruly. I think the reason Someone's Killing Children issue 5 is so much is because it's a very low print run, and it's such an epic cover. But yeah, it's a low print run. A lot of those early issues were low print runs, which is why I think so. I think the first 8 or 9 issues of Someone's Killing Children are just always expensive because they're low print.
Yeah, that definitely has a lot to do with it, man. When they, like, so many of the books from the 90s were so overprinted. That's why they're not like, that's why the majority of them are still super cheap now. I have no idea what number we're on, by the way.
I've got 2 left.
All right.
So this should be, so you should have 1 left after this.
This next one up was a huge grail for me. I was funny. I was actually saving up for another big grail, which at the time was X-Men 4, the first appearance of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. And I believe a 2.0 was $600. And I was like this close to having that much money saved up. Then our wash machine broke, and I had to spend that money on a wash machine. So I started saving again, and I got back up to about $200. And then the WandaVision show came out, and that book in a 2.0 went from 600 to up to 1,000. So that was like, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I started scrolling, and I saw this book for $140. And this was another big, huge grail on my list. I couldn't believe it was under $150. And that is Superman 123 from 1958, the first prototype appearance of Supergirl. So I was super happy to get this in the collection. And it kind of got rid of the bad taste in my mouth about missing out on that X-Men 4. This one, this was the first and last appearance that this Supergirl was ever in. And this was almost a whole year before the Kara Zor-El Supergirl came out in Action Comics 252. But the Action Comics one is the bigger money book because that's the character that stuck. And this one, they were just trying her out to see if a Supergirl would catch on, I guess. But I definitely will always cherish this book in my collection. Eventually, I hope to get an Action Comics 252. But this one, I definitely hold a special place. To me, it's like a true first appearance
Yeah, man, for
kind
sure.
of deal. But for whatever reason, it's a lower money book, which was good for me because I was actually able to afford it.
It's like Hulk 180.
Yeah. But love this book, man. It's got a great cover as well. Superman holding up the train tracks. And the story, this was another one that I found online and read digitally. The story's hilarious. This Supergirl was wished into existence by Jimmy Olsen on a magical totem because he wanted Superman to have a wife. But because she's basically new, she didn't know how to like control her powers, so she was always messing up and overusing them. And she got killed at the end by I think it was kryptonite poisoning, and Jimmy just wished her back away. So but
Brutal.
it's a just one of those crazy Silver Age stories. Just a fun book, man.
All right. Next one is a giveaway win from Life with Two YouTubers. This was my first ever CGC book, and I'm so glad to have it because this book, for many people, know that it's a very special book in my heart because this was the first Batman book and one of two of the first floppies. When I first started buying floppies, this was one of the first issues I ever bought, and it is Batman issue 50, The Wedding, classic.
Nice.
Classic. It's Super Russ's favorite Batman run, Tom King. In fact, I think this is where that got really good, started getting really good, that story line. So and also I never thought of it as a Kiss cover, but it's actually a Kiss cover too. For those who don't know, I collect Kiss covers.
I do actually love that cover, man.
See, look at like again. Oh, hang on. Who does the Mikkel Janin cover art? Oh no. Because I thought this was maybe a Joel Jones cover. I'm not sure, but again, this is really silly. So
I think
it just has a list of every single artist that's done covers on there. The label's really, really
just
silly.
like all the variants or something.
Yeah, look at that.
That was just the regular A cover, right?
Yeah, this is the regular A cover. So the funny thing is, when I first bought floppies off the shelf, I bought Catwoman issue 1 and Batman issue 50. They actually didn't have this cover at the time. They only had the variant, which was who did the B cover? Something, was it Art Adams? Maybe I don't know who did.
The cover I picked up was the Jim Lee cover.
Yeah, well, so all they had was not the Jim Lee, not this one, but the other one. Whoever it was who did it by, and it has Batman just by himself. And I always thought it was weird because back then I didn't know what a variant cover was and all that sort of stuff. I was just like, why is this cover The Wedding? Like, I didn't understand. And I posted it somewhere, and someone was like, it has to do with the wedding because he's alone. I was like, oh, thanks, spoiler. But yeah, I love this cover and I cherish this slab very much.
Yeah,
my first ever
it's a great cover.
And Sharon is one of my favorite people. So shout out to Shazza.
Yeah, that's the book that made me really dislike Tom King's writing. And then what he did to Wally West in the Heroes in Crisis storyline solidified my hate for Tom King. So that was.
Did you see that Tom King variant I showed on my weekly? Did you see? I don't know if you saw my weekly comic haul yesterday, but I picked up a Tom King cover variant. It's amazing. Oh, it's actually on the thumbnail. So spoiler.
I think I watched that.
It's like stick figures. It's like a
homage. Yeah, I saw that. It was the April Fool's variant.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That was actually a funny cover, man. I like that.
Last one.
All right. Had to go with this one for my last book. This is a Superman book, as you can tell from the back cover, and from the yellow label, you can tell it's a signature series. This was pretty much a grail pickup for me a couple years ago. It's Superman 75, signed by Dan Jurgens. and a 9.8. Had to get this book, and I figured this was like the appropriate one to end it with, being a huge Superman fan. It just it was really cool to get a book with Dan Jurgens' signature on it because of just I don't know how much I want to go into it because I don't want to get like emotional, but this storyline, like this and the Reign of Superman, finding these books pretty much saved my life as a kid. So this is just like a huge sentimental grail for me.
I thought you didn't want to cry because Superman died. All right, that was your last one?
Yep.
All right, so my last one is not an AOK because, again, all the previous ones are all the AOK giveaways that have won. This is the one that I handpicked from my collection. So, again, it's not a key book or nothing, but I just figured I'd show you because it's a Halo slab. Halo do these custom labels. So this is actually a custom label. It's a signature series. And I actually sent you a copy of this book signed as well. This is Batman the Detective, issue 1, signed by my best friend in the world, Tom Taylor. I sent you the variant signed by him. But this is a Halo. And when they do these custom labels, they're very cool. So there's this dude down here called Neville. Shout out to Neville, who I actually got this from. He runs a comic book group, I guess you call them, called Grail Hunters. They have like a podcast and he has a YouTube channel. He's on Instagram. And he's a big collector. He's got like 7 copies of Ultimate Fallout 4 or something weird like that. So he organized, I think he's like besties with the guy who runs Halo. So he organizes a lot of these custom labels. So this is Batman Detective. And the reason I picked this one up is because Mark from Big City Comics supplied him with the books. This Halo slab has Big City Comics on the actual label, which is the whole reason I wanted in on this. So certified autograph series, Tom Taylor. John's back again. John's got a Halo slab in his collection, don't you, John? So yeah, that is a cool little custom label with my boy Tom Taylor's signature.
That's awesome. What's up, Hialeah?
What's going on, champ? And that's it. That was perfect timing.
Not bad, man. 12 was the right number.
It's been a long time since we've shown books on this. We've just been talking crap for a long time.
like 20 episodes or so.
Yeah, so it's been a long time since we did the homage. It was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it was.
And I feel like
going through the slabs.
I feel like it retained people's attention because we're showing books rather than just talking about what we eat and stuff.
That was a fun episode, man.
That was good. Well,
John, I think you missed all the X-Men books, dude.
Now, he was there in the beginning. He bookended the show. So there you go. There are Slabs. That is our only Slabs homage. Great show, by the way. Maybe you should leave a link to the.
After the stream, I'll put a Simon's link for his channel is always the first one in the description for anybody that catches this on the playback that might not know Simon. Go sub him up, and I will put a link to the playlist for Only Slabs down there too.
Very good. All right, mate. You got anything to plug before we go?
What's up, Jackson?
Wait, too late. Jackson.
Well, I'm working on the character spotlight videos again. The next one up will probably come out Sunday, and that'll be on Superboy from the Reign of Superman. I've already done Eradicator and Cyborg, so Superboy is next up on that list. And other than that, I don't really have anything planned. Like, I'll do videos as I buy stuff, I guess. But other than the character spotlights, I don't really have an actual plan.
Sure.
What about you, man? What you got going on?
Me neither, man. Just clear, like, a year ago, I would have videos banked up, so I had a video to go. So I used to release videos every second day, and now I'm just like, got nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on some bags and boards to show up. So when they show up, I might just do like an open hangout stream for anyone wants to hang out and chat crap while I bag and board my, I don't know how many books it is, but I've got this fat stack just building up spine rolls and stuff right next to me here. They need to be bagged and boarded. So yeah, I'll have that coming up. But other than that, I've got this whole month off. So hopefully I'll come up with some video ideas and be able to film something. So, but keep an eye out. And that's it.
All right. Well, I guess that's it for the show. Again, the links are down in the description. If you the Only Slabs link will be down there shortly after the stream. And also, if anybody wants to buy some merch, my Redbubble store is still open. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.